going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Live and Uncut. What? What are you talking about? You people are talking over. I'm not touching anything.
Oh, wait, what?
Just so you're aware, I am not touching a damn thing. But the Cantina song continues to go on, which means we're totally going to get ripped.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Our live and
Where's
uncuts,
my snare? I have no snare in my headphones.
All right, I shut it off.
Our live and uncuts usually get a copyright strike anyway.
Do they?
Do they really?
Yeah, because of our intro music.
Because of the intro.
We don't own our intro music.
Which is crazy. It is what it is. But anyway, hey, welcome everybody, Live and Uncut. We're kind of hanging out, doing our thing. We pregame every week, as you guys know, before we do our regular show that you can catch every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Grindhouse Radio.
Yes.
What do you call it? We do have a couple of special guests hanging with us tonight.
Woo!
So
welcome, guys.
We've got this gentleman, this handsome guy over here, Mr. Steve Yes, I am talking about you. Mr. Steve Cardenas, what do you call it? Better known as Rocky the Red Power Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
What's up, everybody? Good to see you guys again. I love when I'm on your show. So I decided I want to come do it in person for once.
I'm so happy that you're here. Like, you know, Steve called me a couple days ago, well, maybe about a week ago. He's like, hey, I'm in town. Don't know how long I'm going to be here. I'm like, well, if you're here, you got to come hang Monday. And I was like, I'm not telling anybody that you're coming. So I was like, so what do you call it? So it was a surprise when you walked out.
I figured you guys. I thought everybody knew I was coming.
No.
When I opened the door, you didn't.
Yeah, I had no
Not
idea.
a clue.
I did that on purpose.
You were like, hey, and I'm like, oh, hey. I
that's
forgot.
very
Like, I
cool.
knew that you were in town because I saw a picture of you posting on Instagram, and
Right.
then you just popped up, and I was like, there he is.
Yeah.
There he is.
And
I
then,
mean, I would be remiss if I did not come at least once and see the spot. You know.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I would have been very upset if you were here and didn't come and see the spot. I would have been like, what the hell, man?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, I know.
What the hell?
But it looks like I might be here for a little while, so maybe you'll see me again. I'm probably gonna be here for a few weeks working on this visa stuff, so
Okay.
I might come by and bug you guys again, maybe. You know.
Hell yeah.
That'll be cool.
Always welcome.
You are always welcome to come hang
Maybe
out,
like
my
the
friend.
permanent, like the sixth ranger. I'm the sixth ranger now.
Go on some rides with Long Island Audit over here, and then tell us about them.
There we go. Well, you just said it before we introduced them, but it's okay. So we also have.
All right, we also have Long Island Audit.
Long Island Audit. So if you are a YouTube lover, what do you call it? Long Island Audit on YouTube. What do you call it? I'm not going to say his real name, although it is out there in the ether. But I'm going to call him Citizen Z. What do you call it? You are Citizen Z in my book for right now, and you do some really cool stuff here on the island and elsewhere as well. And, we can always talk about that a little bit. But what do you call it? Maybe you guys could tune into Within Brimstone on Tuesday, and you get to hear all about it. And then, we'll sprinkle some in maybe on GHR. I don't know. Maybe you'll find out. Maybe you won't. It depends on if you love us or not. If you love us, you'll watch.
Yeah.
And I'll be happy.
Thank you guys for having me. Great to be here.
So what do you call it? I first and foremost, and it's only because we're doing the film segment, I'm going to rip on you on air tonight also, Mr. Greer. But what's up with that shirt?
Stand up a little bit.
That is the silliest thing I've ever seen. You are so wrapped. If I walked out of my house.
For those listening,
with
Kim Adragna, #1 fan. She's all Gouda. That is what the shirt says, and it is just a picture of Kim right on his chest.
It's so cheesy.
If I walked out of my house with a shirt that said Danielle's #1 fan, she would divorce me. That's first and foremost.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
But
she loved
I think
it.
that says
told
more
her,
about you guys than it does about them.
Yeah, I told her Kim was hosting. Was a part of the show, bragging rights for the she was in it one time, and then she hosted it. Did you host it once or twice?
I've judged it twice.
Yeah.
I've been in it once. Now I hosted it.
Yeah, and I told her since we've been doing it, I told her that I was gonna eventually make a T-shirt with her face on it, and we were gonna show up. I planned. I was in Florida when she was actually in it, which stunk, and I was gonna make it then. So on Thursday, I went and spent about $18, and I put her face on a T-shirt and showed up at bragging rights when she was hosting.
He walks up to the car. He's like, and I'm like, he took a shirt. And I'm like, oh no, you didn't. I'm like, shut the door. It's like, I'm leaving. It was really funny. But
see?
And what was funny though was we were walking down the street, and it was on McDougal Street in the city, over by Washington Square Park.
Right.
And the street was basically blocked off, it was gated off, so it was basically a big block party. So it was just people walking down eating, because there were a bunch of restaurants and stuff. Right. So we're walking down the street because we get to the show early before anybody's there. So we're just walking out exploring what's going on. And what's funny was just seeing all the people like seeing my shirt, like looking at the shirt, and then looking that she was standing behind me, and then just like cracking a smile, or, like laughing a little bit, and like that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're talking about open mic nights, but comedy and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a funny story. So when I was working on Power Rangers, the guy who was the transportation coordinator. So if you don't know what the transportation coordinator, it's all the guys who drive the big trucks for the Teamsters. They drive all the big, all the big camera equipment and the lights and everything. They've got to take them on location whenever we go.
Yep.
That's the transportation coordinator, right? So our transportation coordinator, you might know his name. His name is Alonzo Bowden.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So Alonzo Bowden, he used to go on the weekends, and he would host a comedy thing at the Laugh Factory on Sunset in Hollywood.
Okay.
And then he got on that show, The Last Comic Standing. And then he ended up blowing up, and he's like huge famous now. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
But he used to be a truck driver for Power Rangers. You know, he was
That's
the
crazy.
crew. And then
That's
now he's
awesome.
like, you know, he won like the Last Comic Standing, or he did really well in it or whatever. And now he's got his own Netflix specials and
Never know
HBO
where your
See?
break's
specials
gonna
and
be.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's right. You never
Yeah.
know. But he was always very funny. But he was very unassuming because he's a big guy.
Yeah.
And he was doing the transportation stuff. And if you know, sometimes there's a disconnect with certain parts of the crew that you don't see much, you know?
Yeah.
But I made a point to try to get to know as many of the crew members as I could. And I found out this guy's a very funny guy. And he hosts these great open mic nights. And one time he was hosting an open mic night right when we did the premiere for the movie. And he brought me up on stage to say, hey, my friend here, Steve,
Love
he's
it.
the Red Power Ranger. He's going to be doing his movie debut, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I was like, make sure you guys show up. I'm going to morph all over your ass. And the whole audience just like started laughing, you know. And I was like, okay, but I better go now because I am not funny at all. So I'm gonna slink away. But it was cool,
great.
man. I was like, just fun little experiences. You know? So I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it's
That's
really
reminded
what
me of
Alex
Alonzo
said.
Because you
Bowden.
never,
You
you
never
never
know
know
where-
where like those people, exactly what Alex
Yeah.
said, kind of. You never know where those people are going to explode. You know, like they could
Exactly.
just be, you know, working behind the scenes, and then all of a sudden they find that one
Right.
thing,
Yep.
and they blow up. You know, that's
Exactly,
pretty
which
crazy.
is why it's always like, you know, always be kind to everyone you encounter, because you never know when you might cross paths with that person again, and they might be in a position to do, you know, harm to you or good to you, if you know.
It depends on how
And
you do it.
also, if you're on set, like, it doesn't if you're there for a week, a day, you know, 3 months, whatever it is, you know what? Like, you're like a family at that point. So, like, you should kind of know the people around you, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Steve's like,
But
F that
I was
jazz.
like, no, seriously though. No, honestly, I mean, it was like, you know, the Rangers, we worked together, right? You know, but I was like, man, I was around these guys the whole time. So I kind of was like, you know, I want to hang out with the crew. The crew was more fun to hang out with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They threw the better parties after work, you know. Everybody else was like so stuck up. They were like, I'm going to go home. I'm done for the day, you know. But I was like, I'm ready to go drinking. Let's go. Yeah. And the crew was always down for it, you know. So I ended up forming some really good relationships as a result of that, you know.
That's awesome.
That's
and
always
that's
good.
what it's about.
Let's
Do
see
one-
here. Hold
See,
on one
good
second.
memories. Good memories.
So Mary
Yeah.
says, hello, GHR and special guests. Jose,
What's up,
oh my
Mary?
God. No, you don't, Greer.
I did. I absolutely
You
did.
did.
It's totally adorable. No, it's not. So
Yes, it is.
adorable. Okay, listen.
Oh no,
the
he
girls,
did. Oh
the-
yes, he did.
The girls are saying that. Let's see. What's it? Is this?
Something's wrong
I
with
can't-
Danielle then.
I can't see. Oh, Javi, what's up, people? What's up, Javi? Wow, he sounds like a fun person to know. And yeah, absolutely a fun person to know. What do you call it?
Absolutely.
So, anyways, yeah, no. So, talk more about what you were just talking about. This dude. So now, are you still in touch with him?
Who, Alonzo?
Yeah.
No, I haven't spoken to him for a while. But you know, I would imagine that if I was to reach out and say what's up, you know, it would be like we never skipped a beat, you know.
We need to all party together now. Now I need to go and hang out and know what it was like to be hanging out after a Power Rangers freaking set.
Yeah, that was a lot of
He's
fun.
like, yeah, that was
It was
good
a lot
time.
of good times, you know. It was a lot of good times, especially when we did the movie in Australia.
Yeah.
You know, because the drinking age in Australia is 18. And I was 20 and it's still 21 here, so
Yeah.
I was like losing my mind. I was like, I don't care if I got a 5 a.m. call. I'm partying. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't give a crap. I'm doing it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, when am I going to get this chance again for another year before I can actually? you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Drinking isn't as much fun when you're doing it like before
Right,
21. It's
yeah,
the best.
yeah,
After
exactly.
21, it's like, this is
Yeah.
lame now.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And Rocky wore sunglasses for most of the movie, by the way.
Yeah, right. No, that was what makeup was for. They really got rid of the, dark
Under eye?
circles for me. Yeah, exactly.
You were out again last night, weren't you, Cardenas?
They all knew. But hey, you know what? It's like, I don't know, for those who really don't know the story of like how I got on Power Rangers, it was a very fluke thing. It was like I heard about an audition on the radio. I went to an open cattle call and I got the part. That never happens. Like most people grind it out for years and years and years. So I just got hit with this thing and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna try to enjoy every single freaking moment of it as I can till the wheels come off. And it was like, we got hired. We're gonna be on the show. And oh, by the way, we're also going to Australia to do a movie. I'm like, dude,
Wow.
I'm gonna enjoy every
That's
minute of this.
great.
I don't want to sleep ever. I want to like try to and
Yeah.
take all of it in as much as I could. So, while all the other guys were like kind of fuddy-duddies on set, I went out afterwards and I met so many cool Australian people and went to so many great clubs and bars, and the Australian people were amazing and they love Americans, you know what I mean? So like, oh my God, you're American, great, hey, come on, let's have a party. It was like, I was like, too right. I'm like, man, so I just had a blast with it, and it's like, it's a lesson to try to like, just take all the chances you get. Take all the experiences that come your way and try to make the most of it, I guess. I don't know.
100%.
You want to get philosophical about it.
You gotta get philosophical about
Exactly.
it. No, but it's true. If you're in a place, of course, you're gonna wanna. If you're in Australia, you're gonna be like, yes, I'm gonna take up all that I can because this is my time. You're there.
Hold on. Walter was still on the show though, right? No, Walter was.
No, Walter left the show at that point.
Because I was gonna say, because Walter, I would imagine would have been out with you like
every
night.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah.
Because as I was like,
he would have. Yeah.
hold on a minute, Walter. I know Walter would have been out there dancing up a storm with your ass.
For sure. Yeah, Walter. Yeah, but Walter wasn't on the show at that time. Yeah. But we made up for that. We're now doing the Comic-Con circuit. Me and Walter, every time we go out, we're going somewhere.
Yes.
Every time we're in a show together in the city, we always go find the bars and go hang out at. Yeah. So.
Hell yeah.
That's my
Walter's
boys
the dancer.
right there. I love the hell out of Steve and Walter. What do you call it? We've had some good times.
The salsa
man.
champion.
Really
have you guys ever seen that video of him doing the salsa championship?
No.
Just type Walter Jones salsa champion, and you are gonna. I'm not even kidding. It's gonna blow your mind. It's like a 4-minute video, and you're just gonna be like, "WTF!" Like this guy is insane with the salsa dancing. It's crazy.
I've salsa'd with him like once.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, right.
Quick dance, that was it.
He's really good at knowing how to lead, right?
Yeah.
Lead somebody who's never done it before.
Yeah.
But when he's doing it with the person who knows what they do, and they have this crazy
Then it's
rehearsed
it's
routine.
insane.
I mean, dude, he really is the salsa champion. It's amazing. I
love him
encourage
so much.
everybody to check that out. Walter Jones, salsa champion, and you'll see it. And it's just like.
Salsa champion.
Yeah.
I need to watch that.
He was
That
ju-
is important.
He was just in, and what do you call it? He was leaving when I realized that he was going to be in town, and I didn't get to connect. What do you call it? I would have loved to have seen Walter.
Yeah.
I haven't seen same as you. I haven't seen you since when?
I haven't seen anybody either because it was COVID, and then I moved to London, and I haven't seen anybody.
This craziness. It's craziness.
Over the pond.
While we're also
across the pond.
Across the pond.
while we're doing a live, also let everybody know because this weekend you're going to be in West Hempstead.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be right here in Long Island. West Hampstead, there's a comic book shop. It's just new. It just opened up. It's called Lost for Toys.
Okay.
And it's somewhere in West Hampstead. I kept calling it Hampstead, and he's like, it's not Hampstead, dude. It's Hampstead.
No
I said,
hams are involved.
It's I said Hampstead, but I said it so fast that the P was silent. And I meant that. I really was. I said I knew it was Hampstead.
It still sounds wrong.
See, because you guys are all used to your guys' accent. You guys are used to your guys' same dialect.
Some of the
here,
best
because you all
things in
live
the
Long
world.
Island. Yeah.
Some of the best things in the world is trying to either get people that aren't from this country or even people that are just from other states
Yes.
trying to
Yes.
say new, Long Island towns.
Yeah, to show them
amazing.
Just show them.
Exactly.
Hey, how do you say
Well, they
that?
do the same-
Pachogi?
They
Yeah,
do the same thing to me in England too, because there's like places like, we would pronounce it Birmingham, but it's Birmingham.
Right.
Things like that.
That's
so,
true.
or we would see it. Is that Gloucester? What's Gloucester? You know what I mean? Like, so things like that. They have all their pronunciations too. So it doesn't matter where I go. I'm getting my balls busted. What do you want me to do?
But
over
it's
here?
okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I know. I don't care.
Listen,
I live my life. I do what I want.
If
hell yeah.
If I didn't pick on you a little bit,
I
it
do
wouldn't
what
be
I
me.
want.
Of course.
So
Screw you. I do what I want.
I did. There was a video that probably came out a couple years ago, and it was like a bunch of like Southern people from like Georgia and like Florida and whatnot, and they gave them a bunch of Long Island things to say.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was like patchog and all this, and they were like putcha-kutchko, and it was just like, nah, that's not it. Yeah.
We could say
Poughkeepsie. At least I
instantly.
got Poughkeepsie right.
There you go. There you go.
So again, the name of the store. What hours are you going to be there? Do you know?
I think it's gonna be like a 12 to 4 thing or something like that,
Okay.
or 12 to 3. I don't remember, something like that.
One more time the name of it.
Lost the number 4 Toys.
Lost
for
for
Toys,
Toys.
and it's in West Hampstead.
Wrong again.
West Amsterdam. How about that? All right.
Also, shout out to Alex. Alex is going to be with you tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
Alex,
this weekend,
yeah.
rather.
iPhone Elite, yeah, Alex
iPhone
will be
Elite.
there. He's like he's got all the collectibles there, so he's
Yeah.
gonna bring them in, all the pops and everything, the Red Ranger pop. So
He's
if you
the
want
man.
collectibles or any of that kind of stuff, if you don't want to just settle for just an autograph, you want to get some actual cool memorabilia, we're gonna have a bunch of that stuff there too. So
Very cool.
I
Yeah.
was so
we'll,
confused
we'll hook
for
you
a
up.
second.
Don't forget about it. Forget about
Not
it.
you, Alex. Asian Alex. He's like he's tall,
Alex,
thin,
yeah.
and is smiling all the time.
Yeah.
He's like
Definitely not me.
He's the what do you call it? He's the
He's the only Asian that's not good at math.
he's the phone guy to the stars.
Yes,
Like
he is. His Instagram is iPhone Elite. He has like a business that's all iPhone accessory
Yeah.
stuff, and he basically has like some of the coolest like accessories for your cell phones. Not just iPhones.
That's
but
pretty cool.
and he fixes them. So like
Androids, and he
he'll
fixes
walk
them too,
around. Yeah, he'll be like in the green room, be like, so you have a crack. I'm gonna fix this for you right now. Don't worry about it. I got
Fixes
it.
it right
That's,
on the spot.
that's sick.
Fixes
What
it
a
right on the
genius.
spot.
That is
yeah.
an important skill to have.
Yeah.
Alex is the man. I love him to death. What do you call it? So shout out to Alex. I'm sorry. Mama Greer said don't pick on my boy. I like the fact that Tom specifically didn't say that there was a message there from her.
Well, we were in the middle of a conversation, so I didn't want to just butt in. But yeah, no, my mom's here, got my back. Mary also said, Mama Greer's in the house. Here she is.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Mama Greer.
I
Shout out.
appreciate
Shout
you,
out.
Mom.
outs.
Thank
Shout
you,
out.
Mom.
Oh my Lord. What do you call it? So in
Be
terms
nice to
of
my
what you
boy.
do, Mr. Citizen Z, what do you call it? So you've been doing this awesome thing on YouTube, which can go either way. People are either love it or they hate it. It's been picking up steam. You started in March.
Yeah.
You've already got 20,000 subs and over 1 million views.
Yeah, exactly. So I got about I don't know if it started with TikTok or anything like that, but I just posted a video to TikTok and that wound up getting 4 million views. And
Wow.
I was like, I got to take advantage of this. Let me start a YouTube channel. So I got about 35,000 followers on TikTok and like 21,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Wow.
And basically,
Nice.
I'm just a constitutional activist. I go and peacefully exercise my rights.
Right.
And film the interactions that I have, and highlight good cops, and just exercising your rights, because it's very important to me, because it's I hate injustices. I'm sure everybody does, right?
Yeah.
I hate injustices, and I just want to make sure
Right.
people are that, because a lot of people don't know their rights.
Right.
So that's
the thing.
It's
Yeah, they
very
don't.
important that you know your rights, and then it's very important that you exercise them in a peaceful manner and a respectful manner. That's very important to me. It needs to be peaceful and respectful, and so that way you don't want confrontation. Sometimes it happens, and people like to see that on my channel sometimes. But for me personally, peaceful constitutional activist, and just
I feel like
trying
that's a good thing too, because
Yeah.
I also feel like for where there are people that do like similar content that you like to put out, there are people that put out similar content, but they immediately go trying to start stuff.
antagonize.
They're
Yeah.
trying to antagonize
Exactly.
things and start
Right.
stuff, and
exactly.
like that does get views, but it's not really sending the right
Exactly.
message.
If I wanted, that's
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah,
point. Is that I don't
exactly.
want to, I can go right to 100 right away, but it's just not who I am. First of all, that's not who I am. That's not the person I am. That's not the person my mom raised me to be. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm respectful. Hey, how you doing, sir? But I am human too. So
Yeah.
if it gets escalated, a situation gets escalated.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I do get upset sometimes, but for the most part, I'm just trying to do the right thing and just teach everybody that you should exercise your rights at all times, because that's why they're there.
I think as an
Yeah.
educational tool, there's lots of different ways. You can either be one of the protesting type of people, that are constantly butting heads with the opposite side, or you can try to, pick up a camera and try to educate people in a different way. And some people try to sensationalize it because that's how you get views or whatever. But for me, it's like I like this guy because I think he tries to do it in a way that's like, you want to try to think
respectful.
about the aftermath
Yeah.
of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like afterwards, how are you going to feel? It's not just about just the education, but how are we going to really bridge those gaps between people without finding a friendly common ground some way?
Yeah.
And I think that's what he tries to do. That's why I wanted to bring him along.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're educating. You're trying to not stir the pot.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm
Well,
trying to do.
sometimes you have
Well, it
to
was
stir the pot to
important.
educate, but it's the way you try to do it. Sometimes
Yeah.
I feel.
Well, when Steve had originally mentioned, he goes, "Well, this is my friend. This is what we're doing. Blah blah blah." And I wanted to bring him along. I was skeptical at first because I said, well, because I know other people that do the same type of thing, and they do it just to get the hits, and they try to really stir up the pot. You know what I mean? And you know, and when I watched, I was like, no, this guy's on point. He's respectful.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And the fact is that, you know, where most places won't do the right thing. They won't, you know, promote the fact that these guys were respectful back, and these guys were good. These are good cops, and they you know what I mean? Because look, there's always bad apples, but there are good ones. When you can promote the good ones, that's a good feel-good story.
I love it.
You know what I mean?
I love it because I like to highlight the police officers out there that I have a great respect for police officers, and you know, they do a very, you know, they perform a very dangerous job at times, and you know, they should be celebrated. But at the same time, I just, you know, I'm trying to bridge the gap. I'm really trying to listen. I'm exercising my rights in a peaceful way. Yeah. You know, there should be no confrontation between you and I because, you know, you took an oath to the Constitution, and a lot of police officers, I've had good conversations with a lot of police officers, emails from correctional officers, emails from lieutenants in the NYPD who really appreciate my channel. And, you know, they like that, you know, I'm standing up for myself, and that's all I'm trying to do. And then I'm trying to teach people that you can do the same thing, not as a bozo, but you can do the same thing. And, you know, just because I want to affect change. That's my goal. You know, I really believe in it. Like, I really believe in it. And, you know, YouTube views are great. You know, it's a business. So, you know, I'm also trying to run a business. But at the same time, I'm really trying to affect change. And if I'm out there saying F you pig, and all this other stuff, nobody's going to take me seriously.
Yeah, not once did you do anything like that.
No. Never, yeah.
Which is why I agreed to say,
there's not one curse word or in any of my videos because it's intentional. I curse in real life all the time, but it's intentional because I don't want to give anybody the excuse to say, oh, this is why we did this to him. Right. This is why we kicked him out. Or, you know, I want to be sure. Listen, I'm here peacefully.
Right.
Yeah.
I respect you.
I've enjoyed the videos. What do you call it? I watched a bunch of them, and what's funny is because I've watched videos of the people that do purposely spark. Like to try to get the person to go back.
Yeah.
And those are like, whoa, okay. Now you're doing
those are ridiculous.
You're doing the wrong thing, and you're like So like, but at the end of the day, if you're in there and you're doing your own rightful thing, of course. Look, and we said it on WBS. I was like, look, you know, you're antagonizing because most people are like, all right, well, you know, nobody's necessarily going in and doing this. You're doing it for a reason, but you are within your rights to do it.
But I think that's part of it too. It's like you're doing it for a reason, but what's the real reason? And they don't want to hear what the real reason is. You know? They'd rather just say, okay, well then fine, I'm just gonna call the cops then. You know? And it's like now they got to bring them into it. You know what I mean? And it's like you never know how that other person's gonna react. You know?
Yeah.
One of the funniest things, not to cut you up.
Yeah, it's fine.
One of the funniest things that I learned during our conversation is that when you're walking into a public place, that you're filmed anyway. And you know that anybody could go and get any of that footage regardless. You can order that footage from anywhere. Yeah. It's crazy. So
it's called the Freedom of Information Act in public areas.
That's insane. Yeah. So, you know, like when we're in public and we videotaped and people have said stuff to us when we're doing filming, you know, and had, you know, something to say, well, don't film me, or, you know, like that's happened to me, you know, where people said that. I'm just like, well, I'm not trying to get you.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny to me because it's like
walking into Target.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like people will come up to me. I'll get them passing or something, and they'll come up to me. Excuse me, I don't want you to film me. And I'm like, well, you probably shouldn't have came in front of the camera then, because now you're definitely being filmed. I have no clue who you are. Right. I don't even know that I caught you on camera, but now you're definitely on camera. Well, please don't film me. Well, you can go somewhere else. Right. Like you can walk. You don't have to be in front of my camera.
It's like you're still talking to me. You can walk away.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. And they do it in a real disrespectful way. Somebody came up to me like and said, "Hey, please don't. I really don't want to be in."
Say that. Yeah.
I really don't want to be in your video. Mm-hmm. You know, I would appreciate it. Hey, listen, I understand. It's not a big deal. I can blur your face out. You know, whatever. You know, I'm not here to film you personally. But people come in front of my camera and they're like, "Can you not film me?" And I find it very ironic. It's like,
if they want to become a YouTube star, then that's their problem.
Yeah. You're in the state.
You're going to be the next YouTube star.
You're in the state of New York. All you're ever going to get is confrontation. All you're ever going to get is people with short fuses that are looking to just, you know, be angry for no reason.
You got an uphill battle already.
Yeah.
Well, so you can tell all those Target people who work there, no, I'm just filming this nice granola box. You have nothing to do with it.
He actually had a really had a really interesting situation in Maryland, but I don't want to talk about it on the live. What do you call it? Which is a very interesting situation, and so we'll save that. What do you call it? But the end of the day. Listen, I think it's fun. I think as long as it's not harming anybody and it's putting people in the proper light, and whether it's in the good light or the bad light, if they deserve it, then they should be in the bad light.
Exactly.
There's some people that were on there, especially that one code enforcement guy that I personally wanted to yeet right the hell out of the freaking out.
The fact that you said yeet, you need to yeet away.
Exactly. Well, no, I know I said yeet.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm usually the one that says no yeet.
Yeah.
But that's how much I wanted to take this guy and yeet him. You realize we just said yeet about 20 times in 1 minute?
Don't drive it into the ground, please.
Yeah.
Listen, number one fan, okay?
Yeah. It's not my fault that I support my woman and yours doesn't enjoy it.
No. She enjoys it. She just likes to do it from afar.
Yeah.
What do you call it? She
Mary
doesn't
says
like
she's ready for her close-up, Mr. Brim.
There you go. Oh, okay. So Mary, I'm supposed to wear a Mary shirt.
I guess you're supposed to film Mary.
Oh. Okay, I got you.
That's funny.
Yeah. What do you call it? Anyways, yeah. So it's very interesting, like how, you know, the whole YouTube thing goes. Like we were talking about algorithms and so forth while we were, you know, chatting earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you call it? Like from March, you know, just being able to catch that train and like kind of.
It's a blessing.
And and there's this dude that does the big guy, because Alex knew as soon as you had said
Audit
it.
the audit.
Audit the audit.
He's like, oh, that.
Yeah.
So this guy's got over 100 million subscribers.
He's got close to 1 million, and then he's got like 200 million views total.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Wow.
he's
But
huge.
what this guy is he's a guy who objectively analyzes how each of these auditors do and grades them accordingly, and also grades the interactions with the law enforcement or the public that are giving him a hard time, the Karens, so to speak,
brings
that
up
are
like
giving him a hard
case
time,
law
whatever.
and
You know,
stuff like that.
yeah, and he brings up like precedent and things to show why, you know, this guy might have been wrong or she might have been wrong or whatever, you know, and then he sort of grades the whole encounter as a whole.
Exactly. Right.
And it's called auditing the audit. So these guys are doing the audits, and then he's auditing their, you know, he's grading their
Our behavior.
Interesting.
I got it. Spoiler. I got an A minus.
Yeah, because he got featured today.
Yeah, I woke up to
he
that,
got
and that was
featured
very
today
nice.
on the Audit channel.
Hey.
And yeah,
Very
it's
good.
just
And
he woke up in that
got
out of
an
the
A.
blue. Is that-
Yeah. Got an A.
As he looked before, it was like 100,000 views.
Yeah,
already?
in 6 hours.
It has 129,000 views right now. I'm guessing it's the one that says deputy caught lying by his own body cam. I got it.
That's the one.
But that's not that's the Maryland one. That's not the one that I was wanted.
That's
the
the
Connecticut
Maryland.
one is one I wanted to talk
Connecticut,
about.
yeah.
That's the one that they took the stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That was-
That's the one I want to chat about, but not now. What do you call it? Yeah. So, anyways, fact of the matter is that very fun watch, very interesting watch. If you guys are down for that stuff, again, and as you know, we are very for police here. Kim's father is a
Yeah,
policeman.
right,
What do you
yeah,
call
yeah.
it?
Was.
You know what I mean?
Retired, yeah.
You know, at
Retired.
the end of the day, we love you guys, and we just, it's an interesting documentary style,
Exactly, yeah.
media, and it's good to
It's
good
good
to know.
have conversations. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just a
Yeah.
conversation. You know what I mean?
and to know, your rights as a human. You know what I mean? In living in America, to know your rights, because there are a lot of there are many very good police, and then there are some that spoil the bunch. So we want to make sure that you
have
know
to protect yourself.
Yeah, you protect yourself, because you could be the most I guess. The best person in the universe, and never have touched drugs or drunk and whatever, but you get pulled over, and if you've got somebody on a bad day, they can do something that if you don't know your rights, they can take advantage of that.
Exactly.
So it's I think it's a very good thing. I think it's a public service, as long as you're not doing the cops dirty, and
No, of course,
then
yeah.
I would have been like,
Yeah.
But you're very respectful,
you.
and the fact that he gave you an A minus, was good. And
I was nervous. I woke up because I'm a big fan of his. Obviously, he's
Yeah.
huge in our community. But I woke up this morning and I'm like, I was checking my YouTube studio, and somebody said, "Dude, they feature you on Audit the Audit," and I was like, "No way!" And like,
Yeah, that's a big
one.
one.
I was kind of like, I was scared to see my grade, because he's very objective. Like he's
He's
tell
very
you,
hard.
Yes, if you messed up, He's gonna tell you messed up, whether you're a police
and
officer or an auditor.
yeah, exactly. But also he really grades too. When the cops do well and they do it right,
Yep.
they get the
He
same.
gets
They
a
get
good
the
grade
grades
too,
too. You know
yeah.
what I mean? They get the good.
Yeah.
So he looks at everything objectively. And to me, I think that's like the best education. People can understand both sides. It's important.
Where did he say
Yeah.
that you could approve upon? Because he gave you an A-.
Okay, so he did say I could exercise my right to remain silent a little bit more.
But that means once he was already in handcuffs, when he got arrested, then that's when he shouldn't have tried to talk more.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And by the way, when he was arrested, he didn't do anything wrong because I watched that video.
Yeah, no, he did
He
nothing
did
wrong.
nothing
yeah.
wrong. It
That
was-
cop just went 0 to 60 like
Yeah,
that.
and it was actually a similar situation to the gentleman who was killed, where they had somebody there and he was filming it. That was it.
Yeah.
So that was that was people have been doing that now, where be accountable, be held accountable. But regardless, at the end of the day, as long as everything is on the up and up, that makes me happy. I'm thrilled about it, and I think that's about it.
Well, no, I was just saying we're getting close to the end of the live.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to make
End
sure
of the
that you
live.
knew.
Hey, and thanks everybody for having me on the live part of this as well too. Don't forget to catch me in the next part coming right up.
Yes.
Let's go.
That's where we're really going to get naughty. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
What do you call? All right, everybody. So thanks so much again for tuning in to Live and Uncut. We appreciate you. We love you. Make sure tomorrow you check out Within Brim Skin, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, you want to hit up the Magic Kim Tom on Tuesday. Oh,
Monday.
Monday.
It's right now.
Right
Yeah,
now.
it's out right
Oh,
now.
so now you can go
Right
listen
now.
to it right now.
You can watch it all day now. We upload earlier.
You do it like 5 in the morning now, right?
No, I upload them
No.
at it goes live at like 12:01.
12:01.
It's up all
Yeah.
day.
So you can watch the Magic Kim Tom now. I listen to Magic Kim Tom now.
Yeah.
And then on Wednesday, make sure you catch Greer and I on Truly Inconsequential.
Yes.
Boom.
2 p.m. here, Brim and Greer live. It's going to be a lot of fun. As always, we got something fun coming up. I don't know what it is, but we'll figure it out, and it'll be fun. I promise you. That being said, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to catch the full show, the Grindhouse Radio. And until
Follow
then,
these guys.
yes, follow
Follow
these
them.
guys. Steve Cardenas, PR on all social media. And make sure you get Long Island Audits.
Thank
On
you guys
YouTube.
for having me.
You're going to be
Please.
on the next YouTube star. You're going to be
Yeah,
the next YouTube.
As Greer always says.
Rate, review, subscribe.
And Kimberlina Bombalina.
Follow us on all our social medias.
See you guys next week.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.